Good morning, everybody, and welcome to the Booze Battalion Chronicles. Here we're going to discuss everything with our kids when it comes to their sensory episodes and even funny moments. So today we're going to actually talk about peanut butter and jelly.
Yes, we are.
Now, the other day, you had the kids basically instruct you on how to make a peanut butter and jelly sandwich.
Yeah, it was quite the surprise to them, but it was absolutely hilarious.
It was. I got to sit in on, not really sit in, I was in the background listening, and I got to hear it, and I had to walk away because I started cracking up. It was so funny. So today, you're going to actually get to see basically what we do in Booze Battalion. Just a little snippet, but it's basically what we do for the kids.
Yeah, so we're gonna play it here, and we will add some commentary as we're going. We have a recording from 3 groups, so this is gonna be great. The first group that we have is from our 12 to 14-year-old group, and you'll see that
one of the slices of bread
is that they're trying to tell me how to make the peanut butter and jelly. And you see, the first instruction here is she just told me to take the peanut butter and put it on the bread. So I took the peanut butter and put it on the bread. Let's see what happens next.
Get a butter knife.
Do I take this off first?
Yes.
Oh, okay. All right. Hold on. All right. Okay, so now I've got a butter knife.
Scoop out the peanut butter.
Put it in the peanut butter?
Scoop out the peanut butter.
Oh, scoop out the peanut butter. Okay.
And then put the peanut butter on the bread and spread it around.
This is good.
Yeah.
I love this. You didn't say where on the bread.
Out of the bread. Out of the crust.
It's all bread. You didn't say where. You just said spread it around.
Spread it around the white part of the bread. Oh my God, your hands are going to be messy.
She really does not like messy. Okay, so you want me to just put some peanut butter on the white side and spread it around. Okay, got it?
I'm physically dying.
Okay, just the white side of the bread, you said. Okay, no, so there, I spread it around some peanut butter.
Thank you. All right. Now get the jelly and scoop it out with a butter knife. Scoop with the butter knife.
Learning from your mistakes. Okay.
You're bad at it. You're bad at it.
I have some jelly. What do you want me to do with it?
A little bit more.
This knife will not hold much more.
Get a spoon, Mom.
Okay, hold on. Okay, here you go.
Now spread it on the white part of the bread.
Okay. I really wanted to put it on the back white part of the bread, but she was already getting a little bit frustrated.
Now make it so the peanut butter and the jelly are touching each other. Wow. Place both pieces of bread. No. No. No.
You just see what I sent to charity.
No. Okay.
Stop.
I think I'm physically dying. Okay.
Why is she doing?
Oh. All right. Get the bread.
She had to think
get both slices of bread on the plate.
Oh, okay. These. Okay. I got the bread.
And make it so the peanut butter and the jelly that's on the bread touch each other. The peanut butter. You did no. Okay.
Did you just? What did you just say?
Oh.
Okay.
This is all intentional. I want that known.
Okay. Get both the peanut butter that's on top, the peanut butter that's on the white part of the bread. Make it touch the jelly that's on the bread. Yup. Sandwich.
That was awesome. That was so awesome.
So you'll notice that she was getting frustrated. But that was kind of the point. The point of the exercise was to help these kids recognize, okay, when you get frustrated, when you're talking to other people, even if you're doing something fun, like that was obviously, they were having fun with it, your directions get even worse. Right. And you really have to put some thought into it. Now, for the 12 to 14-year-olds, it was a little bit more frustrating than for others because it's not as fun to them, right? It's more about, why aren't you listening to me? Right. But that's what we have to remember, even as parents, is when they're getting frustrated, it's not that they can't talk to us. It's that in their brains, they're having a hard time forming the answers for what is actually going wrong or what they need help with. Right. And so that was what spurred this, right? That was the idea behind, why would I have them make a peanut butter and jelly sandwich? Is to help hone that skill and say, okay, now, and at the end we talked about it. We said, what are our takeaways from this? And some of the kids, they were like, our takeaway is you can't make a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, or you can't take directions. Right. But the real key is yes, in reality, it's not ever going to be that. I mean, I can't say ever, sorry. Most times, it's not going to be that literal. We're not going to need to spell out exactly what you're supposed to do. If you say put the peanut butter on the jelly, someone's going to assume you use a butter knife or something. They're not just going to take the entire thing and put it on there, right? Right. But there are times when you do have to be that literal. And there are times when you have to be that descriptive, especially when they're having those big emotions and they're upset or they're overwhelmed or they're frustrated or there's too many sensory things going on. We need them to take a moment, feel it, and then be able to describe to us as parents what they're feeling so that we can help them move forward. Right. Right? So that's what that's all about. Now, you ready for the 8 to 10? No. It gets better the younger they get.
I didn't get to listen to the 8 and 10. It was the 12 to 14 I heard. And that was hilarious.
All right. Well, let's do a snippet from the 8 to 10.
You grab 2 pieces of bread.
All right, Gunner. All right, I got 2 pieces of bread right here. Whew.
Put them on the plate separately.
Like separately?
Flat. Separately.
Flat. Okay.
Then take the peanut butter, then scoop some peanut butter out of the jar, then spread it all over the white with the knife.
You didn't say with the knife. You just told me to scoop peanut butter. Sauce
with the knife. With the knife.
Okay. All right. Peanut butter with the knife. Sorry. Okay. What am I doing with the peanut butter with the knife?
Spreading it all over the top part of the bread.
So just this part of the bread.
Yes.
That was, oh my goodness.
And see, what's great about that is there were 2 kids, 2 squad members that had already gotten in front of him. So he even had a little bit of a heads up to say, this is what's going to happen. But it still didn't make sense for him to make sure that you said to put that peanut butter or that knife in the peanut butter and scoop, right? Again, most things aren't going to be that literal, but it was really fun.
That was hilarious.
All right. Well, I got a 6 to 8 one. Now these kids, I mean, you could tell with the 8 to 10 that they were starting, if it wasn't them that were talking, they were enjoying themselves on the video, right? Making faces or whatever while listening and laughing and etc. Right. It's even more so with the 68. Keeping them entertained, whew, it's a job on its own. But I was really surprised. So I did it differently with them because of their age. For the 10-year-olds or the 8-year-olds on up, I did it individually with them because they're at least old enough that they've sat and watched their parents make a peanut butter and jelly, or they may have even started making it on their own, right? Right. But for the 6 to 8, Most of them have not made that, right? And they don't quite comprehend the steps to make it.
Right.
So instead of doing it individually, where it could be confusing or frustrating, it's so frustrating to them that they're not able to come back from it, we did it as a group. So I asked them as a group, and then we would come up with a consensus, which made it even more fun. Let's watch the 6 to 8 snippet we have here. Or 2 or 3.
2.
2. Jacob, do you agree? Okay, 2. What do I do with my bread now? I've got 2 pieces of bread.
Put peanut butter on it.
You want me to just put peanut butter? Here you go, guys. JJ says put peanut butter on it. I put the peanut butter on it. Does that look right?
No.
No, that's not right. That was a good guess, though, JJ.
Not me.
Yeah, Joshua, what do you think?
We have put peanut butter and jelly.
We do have the peanut butter and jelly. But now that I have 2 pieces of bread, what do you think the next step is? JJ gave us what he thought it was. What do you think the next step is?
Oh no.
You don't know? Okay. All right. Jacob, you've got your hand up. What do you think? So I want to pause for a minute because this is super important, especially with this age group, right? And especially with these kiddos. They all have sensory issues and they're all super introspective, right? And so if they get put on the spot too much, then they will automatically shut down. So it's important that for myself and with Boost Battalion that we recognize and we see those signs.
Right.
And anytime, like you saw our little mister there, he kind of jumped back in the thing and he's like, he's making that face, right? That was him saying, I want to do this, but I don't know, and it's really hard.
Right.
And so it's simple. You just, that's okay. We're going to move on to the next person. And that way you don't make them feel bad for it. You don't make them feel like they don't know the answer, right? You give them encouragement and let them know, and then we move on, and they still get to help because you noticed at the beginning, I didn't just take one person's answer. I was like, do we all agree that there's 2 pieces of bread or 3 pieces of bread? Right? All right, let's see what goes on next.
Put the peanut butter on and jelly on both of the breads.
Okay.
With a knife.
Oh, wait, with a knife? Okay.
Yeah, and then spread it around.
Like this? Because now I put the peanut butter and knife on the bread.
No, you're supposed to put it around. You're supposed to dump the peanut butter on it.
All right. Jacob got a great step there we were missing. We need a butter knife or a spoon or something to spread the peanut butter, right?
Yeah.
Need a knife,
Yeah.
butter knife, or peanut butter jelly knife.
Okay. So I've got peanut butter and I've got a little knife. Thank you, Jacob. Now I've got some peanut butter here on this.
Will you please eat it? Will you please?
Oh my goodness.
They were obsessed with me eating it. But you see that it was all about kind of helping them help each other.
Right.
Listening to each other, being patient. Those were all aspects of this activity that we did, even for the older kids, right? It was more about giving everyone their chance to show off their steps, their process to making a peanut butter jelly. And then from there, putting those into action based off their answers. Now, some of it, even with the younger ones there, he said, with a butter knife, put the peanut butter with a butter knife on the bread. I very easily could have interpreted that the right way.
Right.
But I wanted them to have fun, and I wanted them to understand that sometimes our directions aren't always what we hear, because we can say things that we think is going one way, and it's actually coming out an entirely different way. I do it all the
Right.
time.
Yeah, I think we all do. I think we all do that.
Now, just for fun, we're going to show this last one here. The younger group, was super obsessed with me eating it. I couldn't eat it because it wasn't the right kind of bread. But this is just too cute not to share. This is how we ended that group that day.
Oh.
Eat it.
Yeah.
Eat it. Eat it. Eat it.
You see, what was great about that is one of them started it, but then they all joined in.
Right.
Even though it wasn't planned or anything. They were like, yeah, let's do it. And, we had some hand stomping on their laps or the table. We had some clapping. It was great. It was absolutely adorable.
That was awesome. So I know you received some feedback from the parents after that one. How did that go?
I got in a little bit of trouble. Only because all of the kids wanted peanut butter and jelly after the meeting. Every one of them, even if they had already had dinner, they went back and they said, Mom, I want a peanut butter and jelly. And they bugged their parents until they gave in and let them have the peanut butter and jelly sandwich. For some of them, it was like the third dinner. But they really wanted that peanut butter and jelly. So,
Right.
Hey, kid wants what the kid wants.
So, to our listeners, they finally got to see a little insight on what you do in Boots Battalion for the kids.
Yes. And I love that. And this one was a little bit different than how we usually do it. But we have videos and we have games. This week we're playing bingo, the whole thing, just playing bingo with the kiddos. Mm-hmm. That gives them the opportunity to have these guided discussions that we're talking about, whatever it happens to be, to emulate different information like being patient or learning how to give directions for making a peanut butter and jelly.
Right.
But it also allows some free time depending on what we're doing. As long as the discussion is surrounding the subject that we're talking about, it could be, we're going to be doing a lot about school here in August, and patience and flexibility, we've talked about cooking. We've talked about money. They share little stories. Like some of them actually do have piggy banks. Now, I didn't know that. They loved the video that we had about piggy banks because they wanted their piggy bank to talk and sing. But, it's about giving them those opportunities and doing it in a way that allows them to have fun, allows them to relax a little bit, and also allows them to be guided towards where they need to be in order for their growth to occur. Because it's not about teaching, right? We're not trying to teach here. Teaching is for school. Teaching is for homeschool. Teaching is for parents, whatever. We are here to just help bring out these lessons that we know they're getting in other places, right? And help cement them, because it's all about repetitive information for kids is what sticks the most, and doing it in a format that really is intriguing to them. It enhances their ability to learn it.
Right.
And especially for our kids that are sensory, that has to have things that intrigue them. It has to be moving. It has to have content that is great. We have, even though it's only 30 minutes, we still have brain breaks. So we'll stop and let them, do a 2-minute little video with music so they can dance.
Right.
But that's getting them out, showing their uniqueness. And that's the other key part here, is everything that we do is designed to let them show off their uniqueness, because they go to school and they go in these different environments and it's harsh. No one understands why they're stimming. No one understands why they have to have their headphones on, or why they don't want to be a part of, the football rally or the basketball rally or whatever it is, right? it's hard for adults to understand. It's even harder for kids to understand. So in this environment, they're all the same type of kids, not diagnosis wise or anything like that, but just all kids who need to feel comfortable in ways that are different from the neurotypical kids.
Right.
And so in this environment, that makes them so similar that they connect with each other. So far, even the kids that you saw there, they're usually shy, right? They usually don't talk to other kids. They kind of stand back. They're like, don't come near me. Don't breathe on me. Don't do nothing. Don't look at me.
Right.
But when they come in here, it takes them a minute or two. But on every first one that we've had so far, the kids have interacted with each other. And that's because when Boo was younger, we used to refer to it as like her superpower. It was like the kids that were like her set off a beacon and she would know which one that is. Which kid it was had the beacon that was like her that she could play with because they weren't going to think of her as different.
No, yeah. I remember her doing that quite a few times.
Right. And so that's what this is. It's bringing all of them together in a controlled environment where they can have those conversations and they can just have those silly moments that all the other kids get to have. And now they get to have it through here. It really makes a big difference in them in being able to associate those positive feelings. And the more association we get of the positive feelings, the less anxiety they get in the different environments.
I agree. I mean, that's really great information, especially for people who don't. It's new to them, you know, with a kid or with a child that has those issues. So it's good information for them to have. So we hope you enjoyed today's episode with some peanut butter and jelly. And again, you got to see the inside look on what we do here at Boo's Battalion. So meet us next time as we continue to explore and discuss issues we face with our family and friends of socially anxious kiddos.
Bye.
Bye.